Well, as we are now close to the end of February, getting closer to spring, it's time to prep for motorcyclists in the spring season. And here now is Dick Freeburn from Freeburn, Hamilton, with some safety tips and some guidance because, again, you're a personal injury lawyer, so you see injuries and you see accidents happen. But today you really want to promote something that's coming up also in the community.
Yes, because we want to make a difference in the community. Freeburn Hamilton is promoting an organization called the Blue Knights, which is the largest fraternal organization, motorcycle club in the world. It's an international club, and in Pennsylvania there's 16 chapters. Okay. We have one right here in Harrisburg. The president is Tom Taylor, very nice gentleman, and the Blue Knights is made up of active and retired police officers.
And what do they do?
Well, they promote safety, members
Perfect.
of the community, great ambassadors for motorcycling in the community.
Very good, and you're a great ambassador for the community, so it's great that you're supporting that. We want to put some motorcycle safety tips up on the screen, but again, as I mentioned, you've seen accident victims come in, and you probably see folks who have been involved in accidents who aren't even the motorcyclists themselves. So we're putting these tips up on the screen. What do you say to people? Because you see a lot of
Yes, unfortunately we do see a lot of accidents involving motorcycles. And the biggest tip I want to make today is for not the motorcycle operators, but for the automobile drivers. And I call it the double take.
Okay.
When you're out driving in your car, and you look left and you look right, make sure you look left again.
Okay.
Do the double take. People are not looking for motorcycles, unfortunately. They're looking for cars.
Right.
Think in your mind, motorcycle. And as you said, springtime's coming up, and this is a time when motorcyclists are going to be getting out.
Sure.
And listen for the loud pipes. As they say, loud pipes save lives. But listen for motorcycles, look for motorcycles. When you're making that left-hand turn or you're pulling out, do the double take. Make sure that the path is clear, that there's no motorcycles coming. That's my biggest safety tip, and it's really for automobile operators. So.
That's your biggest step. You know, when I'm driving, sometimes I feel like some motorcyclists don't always follow all of the rules of the road, but it is few and far between. It's easy to highlight that, but most folks, they know the rules of the road, they're following it.
Right.
But you do see those motorcycles that are like kind of zipping through and not staying in the lane.
That happens.
So, of course, if you're a motorcyclist, don't do that. But that's another thing for drivers to be looking for.
Yes, you have to be very careful. Be defensive. If you're in an automobile, be defensive, and the biggest tip I have for motorcycle operators is be defensive. If you're riding down the street and you see somebody that's going to make a left-hand turn, be very careful. Make sure that they see you, before you can proceed on.
Very good.
Or if somebody's going to pull out, make sure if you can make eye contact with that person. That's the biggest thing.
Very good.
If you make sure they see you, and if they don't, drive defensively all the time.
If somebody watching is in need of a personal injury attorney, how do they reach you?
Sevens. Call the
Just call
sevens.
the sevens.
717-777-7777. We're here to make a difference.
Very good. And you are making a difference. Thanks, Dick. Good to have you as
Thank you.
always. We'll be right back.